Here's another Facebook Live event from PHLV Radio.
Dot is presented by Benjamina Mia Casino. Licensed real estate professional since 2008. License number S01669991 LLC. It's a lunch hour in Vegas, and we're on the dot with Dot and Mia here on PHLV Radio.
Hey, welcome back to the show on the dot right here at phlvradio.com. .com. My name is Dorothy Tong, and I have this blue thing with me. I don't know what the name of this blue thing is, but it's so cute. And Mia. Hi, Mia.
Hello, Dot. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our last episode for February.
Ay, last na ba?
For Feb lang.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. Ano ba? Tomorrow is the 29th?
Yes, leap year ngayon. Hala, Francis.
Sino ang
Leap year.
hahabulin natin, Mia?
Wala ako.
It's supposed to be women. I can...
Hahabulin ko yung tubig.
Oh, sige. Welcome. So you can watch us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and we're everywhere in the world. Oh, I like this. It's 4:06 a.m. in Manila. Okay.
Where'd you read that?
From here.
Oh.
This thing here. So, what's up for us, Mia?
Yes, we have a very
afternoon.
special guest to answer the question na always being asked of me if Baba
Baba?
Bahay.
Kaba?
Yes. So hopefully he'll be able to answer that for us.
In English, what does that mean?
Is the housing prices going down?
Ayon.
Yeah.
Okay. Sige.
Baba bahay.
So our guest will answer that.
Yes. Our guest, should I introduce him already?
Sure.
Our guest is a senior loan officer at Cardinal Financial Company Limited Partnership. Kailangan ba sabihin yung limited partnership?
Pwede.
And a former senior loan officer. Huh?
That's the legal name.
A former senior loan officer at Mountain West Financial, loan officer at Dignified, and mortgage consultant at Bank of America. Went to Don Bosco Technology Center, Cebu, and is a Bachelor of Science degree graduate of Industrial Engineering. Mr. Francis
Hello,
Navarro.
good afternoon.
Francis N.
The Francis M. Welcome back.
No relation to Francis M.
Wala.
Yeah.
You're just sitting together sa alphabet.
Yeah.
Alphabetized seating arrangement.
So, you're from Cebu?
I am from Cebu, yes.
So-
Bisdak, Bisaya.
Bisnak? Anong
Yeah.
bisnak?
Bisayan Dako. Laking Cebu.
Ayun
Cebu.
pala ibig sabihin nun.
Bisaya,
Yeah.
anak? Nak?
Dak.
Dako.
Bisdak.
Yeah, Dako.
Dako. Ako, edi ako iludak?
Iloilo.
Ildak.
Iloilo dako.
Ako mandak. Ang
Mandak.
pangit.
Ano ba yan?
Mandak.
Sige. So let's talk about what's going on here sa Las Vegas. Kayong dalawa, you are real estate people. You know, money matters with regards to land and all that. And consider me an alien like this person here. We don't know anything about Las Vegas real estate, so tell us about it. Sige, who goes first?
I
Ano
guess
yung-
naman.
The question
Mia.
that
Yeah,
you,
no,
that
kasi
you
nga, me, I'm always asked,
encounter.
because of the interest rates are so high now because of inflation. So I'm asked all the time, baba ang interest rate.
What's the interest now?
Yeah.
The
Friends?
current interest rate, I'm gonna read to you an article that I sent actually to all my realtors. So it's been at its all-time high since November of last year. So if you look at the trend of the interest rates, it's been going up. So it's just making it even harder for people to buy a home
Okay.
now here. So I don't know if you're aware of the average monthly payment on a home if you were to buy a home in Las Vegas.
Average.
You have an idea? Yeah,
Average na sale would be 450.
450. And what would be the monthly mortgage on that on
What?
average?
Oh, mahina ako sa math. 3,000.
It's approximately 35 to 4,000, close, depending on taxes and insurance. So
And your down payment.
yes,
Wow.
plus your down payment requirement would be about 3 to 5%, depending on the type of program. If you're a first-time home buyer, then you can do, as little as 3%. But we do have down payment assistance programs that will allow you to, put almost nothing down. But of course, your closing costs, are typically 2.5 to 3% nowadays. So
So,
Still
so
big
what's the
chunk.
answer there? What's the interest? I didn't
interest
get it.
rate. So okay, on a 30-year fixed conventional, according to Mortgage News Daily, national average rate. This is not Las Vegas. So if it's a local rate, it's typically lower, but the national average is at 7.14 conventional
grabe, no?
30-year fixed.
750.
So in the past, how much was it?
3.
What was it?
Less than 3.
Oh, really?
Maybe about a decade ago, it's on average would be about 3.5 to 4%.
And so just
a few years
this
recently,
November,
it's just gone up with inflation
Yeah.
and all that.
Are we the lowest among all the states, or are
No,
we at par with everyone?
Yeah, it's we're pretty close. We're typically lower than the national average, but we're up there.
Okay, so
So-
what's the implication now?
When they drove the rates higher because of inflation, they were trying to keep the home prices down. That was the whole purpose. Inflation is basically that's what it is. So let me read to you the whole article, or just a few tidbits. So mortgage rates. This was from the same article here from Mortgage News Daily. So it says mortgage rates are the highest they've been since late November. Unemployment fell again, which is great news, right? So it's good for the economy. Not so great for mortgage rates. Home prices have outpaced income, but some economists predict that if rates, prices, and income keep trending as expected, homes should be 5% more affordable by the end of 2024. What does that mean?
By the end of
So-
2024.
Hopeful.
So hopefully, if they just control the rates not to go any higher than that, if they keep it down low, then it would be more affordable by the end of the year, which doesn't mean that it's going to drive home prices down.
Yeah.
If they drive the rates down, then that's, it will become more affordable. So, and then I spoke to this to Kuya Yo earlier because he had that question as well. So, California is the most expensive state in the U.S. Has 8 of the 10 priciest markets in the country.
Yeah.
So big reason for migration to states like Arizona, Nevada, Texas, South Carolina, and Florida, which is good news for us here because people are buying, good for real estate. Average Southern California home buyer requires an income of $207,000 to buy the median priced home.
Wow.
Oh wow!
207.
Oh wow!
Not even close to our average income here in Nevada, and that's the reason why they cannot keep up with home prices in California. They're driving a lot of people down here to Las Vegas or Nevada. You know, Reno is another story. Because
Okay.
that's high prices there. They're nothing even comparable to Las Vegas, the Las Vegas market.
Is it so? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, and then it says was 134,000 2 years ago. So meaning the income required now in California is
Income.
207,000. It was about 134,000 lang. You
Yeah.
know, that's household income. So it took a 55% pay increase the last 2 years just to keep the dream of home ownership alive.
In California.
Top reason why they are moving. So basically that's what it is. So conventional 30 years 7.14, 6.55 for the 15 year, 6.8 conventional 5/1 arm. You know, that's the adjustable rate mortgages. So really high.
What's the implication for you now?
It's been slow. I mean, we've felt a slowdown in business. I can also even tell you that most realtors are feeling the same way.
Oh, you feel the same
Yeah,
way? Mia?
remember I said last year wasn't a good year for the market. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, I have zero understanding of all these things. I just know that people are groaning because of, you know, things they have to pay. And so it's not a good time to buy. Is it a good time to buy?
Well, it's
No?
a yes and a no. Like some people, they most of my clients last year were waiting for the interest rates to go down. But I was telling them, why wait for the interest rate to go down? If it goes down, you'll have more competition. So
Okay.
it really is, you know, I can't say it's a bad time to purchase, but you know, there's also some advantages to it. Like more sellers are giving closing costs, so and you'd have less competition.
This
so.
is your field, the both of you.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're partnering? Are you partnering?
Yes. I
in
usually
any
work
ways?
with Francis for loans, and
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So, but more people are coming here. So, what does that mean as well? More people live here. They're transferring here.
They're
and
getting
looking
pushed
for-
by higher priced markets, basically. Yeah, so that's why majority from California, you would think that they're investors. No, it's just they're keeping their jobs with them. You know, throughout the pandemic, most jobs were, you know, pushed to just work from home, and so you know, California companies would say, no problem, you can live in Nevada if it's easier for you to work there, or you know,
Malapit
just-
lang, no?
Yeah.
Or just a few hours
So-
drive.
We're actually like that. In 2004, we couldn't afford a house in California. That's why we moved to Vegas.
Oh, that's why. Is this something like, you know, they talk about the crash in 2007 and
Well-
2008. Is there a crash
Oh,
coming?
no,
Is
I
it?
don't think so.
What is that? What does that mean?
So
You know, this crash that they're
a
talking
lot of
about.
there's a lot of misconception about the crash, because you know, people are expecting another crash because you know, because of recession and stuff like that, but you truly won't. We're not even feeling any kind of recession right now, because I mean, if you truly know what a recession means, then you'd have to, you know, figure out, oh, that's a recession. It's not the house market crashing. You know, it's not about that. What we experienced before was just the crash happened because, you know, people were writing, or a lot of banks were
Yeah.
writing bad loans that
Yes.
that was not regulated. And you know, if you've lived through the last 2 decades in Las Vegas, the average worker with especially in the casinos, like with minimum income,
Yeah.
were expected to include, or even with the bank application, they were including those unrealistic income like tips You know,
Oh,
that
okay.
wasn't even received yet. So anyone that had like a 700 credit score would pass
Qualify.
for, you know, buy $500,000 home back
And
then, you know,
multiple
easy.
homes too, not just one.
Yeah, it
They
was
were
not
buying
regulated
multiple.
too much, and so that's exactly what happened. Was you know, it was overinflated, market crashed, and so that drove prices down.
Yeah, the banks weren't really very strict then, so they were
And
going by.
now?
Oh, very strict.
Very
They're going by
strict now.
stated
Yeah.
income before.
I think
So-
they learned from the mistakes of the past, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
True.
people moving here sa Las Vegas and they approach you, what's the top 3 questions perhaps that they're very concerned with when they come, when they ask you?
Monthly
You
payment.
and me as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the both of you, yeah.
Yeah.
So, ikaw, sino ang mauna?
You
Top-
can go ahead.
Top
yeah.
3 would be monthly payment, home price, and how to qualify. You know, can we qualify? Because
yeah.
normally it would be, it's so tough to qualify. You're gonna need a secondary income or a second
okay.
income in the household.
Okay.
Typically nowadays, I would always have 2 borrowers on the application,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, it's going to be harder if there's just one person working in the household nowadays.
see,
Whereas
I see.
I would say a decade ago it would have been easier. Because of the home prices being, you know, lower back then.
I'll ask you about the qualifications in a bit. Mia, what
Yeah.
are your top 3 questions?
My top 3 questions would be, how do I buy a home?
Okay.
You know, what's the process of buying a home? Because especially for first-time home buyers, they don't know what to do first.
Yeah, I
So,
wouldn't know
yeah.
what to do, yeah.
So
Okay.
the next one would be, where is the safest place in
What
Vegas?
does that mean? In Vegas. Okay.
And
Are we divided into like
North,
like
south,
zones?
east,
Yun lang.
west. Yeah.
Okay.
But
And
then
then-
we can't really say, out of ethics na.
Oo naman.
Yeah, so we
Oo.
just give them statistics of the crime rates and stuff like that. And then they want to know if their credit score is enough to purchase a home.
What is a good credit score to
Minimum.
purchase a home? Is it the same for the both of you?
Oh.
What's the
It's a landed
Typically,
question.
minimum credit score required is a 580. So,
Okay.
I mean, that does not necessarily mean that you can get the best interest rate. You know,
Alright.
some banks they cap it to 620. You know, but for you to have the best interest rate, I would say, well, with my company. 740. I think on average the standard would be 740 or higher. You can get, you know, tier 1 interest rate.
Okay.
And that many factors actually. You can say, I have a 740 credit score, but I don't have that much down. You know, I have minimum down, and so
Naku,
that would
dami,
trigger.
no?
Yeah, it triggers
so
that.
complicated.
Yeah.
Parang relationships.
Oh my gosh, heart troubles and car troubles. Like,
Well,
Similar.
ano pa?
to understand it better sa interest, yung how it affects us and the industry, think of it this way. If your interest rate is 3%, your monthly payment is smaller than if your interest rate is high. So, diba?
yeah.
Let's say from
Right.
1.5, nagiging 3.5 na. Kasi from 3%, naging 5%. So, monthly mo yun, i-compute, diba? So, yun yung effect ng high interest rate.
Ay, nako. So,
We're here. We're here
We're
for
here to help. So
everybody. Yeah.
just give us all your burden and your
Oh,
troubles.
really?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
here to help.
so ano yung mga qualifications? How do people qualify? For the loan, right?
Your
Yeah.
firstborn.
I qualify.
That's how hard it is to. No, you have to offer your firstborn.
Oh, ganun. Parang si Isaac.
You
Okay.
get your blood work done.
Oh my
yeah.
goodness.
So, yeah, it's
Like
been really tough for people to qualify nowadays because it's fully documented now. We've learned from the past.
Yeah.
So it's good credit score. You have to have reserves in the bank. Ample reserves would mean like 6 months worth of monthly payments.
Ah, okay.
what else? Stable job, W-2 or 1099 income, 2 years worth of it, with an increasing trend. That's, it would make sense for, say, if you were to lend someone money, right? I mean, more likely you would lend to someone who has a stable job for
tama.
over the last 5 years, right?
Logically, yes.
Right?
Oo
So,
naman.
especially if say they were in that specific industry wherein it does not have a high turnover. So bank looks at that. Bank looks at debt ratio. So if you have a heavy debt ratio compared to your income, so it does not necessarily mean you have a really high income that you can qualify for high mortgage, because when we look at your debts, you can have 10 car payments, and then that would be just much harder for you. So a lower debt ratio is highly advised if you're looking to buy a house. I mean, you don't wanna live in your car.
So when you being a loan officer, para na ding financial analyst ka na din in a lot of ways.
Somewhat, and they would always, I would always advise, if someone was to or someone were to buy a house in the next 6 months, I would say come to me first and find out maybe if there's something that we need to fix before getting into or buying a house. Planning, budgeting, your down payment. I would highly advise, because a lot of people, especially nowadays, they don't know where to start. And they don't have the savings for it,
right.
and they just get into something, and then next thing you know, they'd be brokenhearted, and it's like, oh man, it has a lot of emotion involved. I mean, I would ask Mia about it. Falling in love at it's like love at first sight. Easy. When you say, oh, I love this house, and then you don't have your finances in place yet. That could make or break a deal, like instantly. You would be like, you know what, I'm never gonna buy a house ever again. Because I had this bad, horrible experience. Traumatic.
So there's a question. Do we have?
What can you say about renting instead for now?
Yeah, that's a question from the website. Yeah.
Oh.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, that's an excellent question.
Yes.
Would it make sense for you to rent or buy? That would really depend on your budget. So if it would mean a 10% increase from the rent that you're paying right now, I would say go for it. But if it would be a payment shock, say for instance you're renting about $2,000 right now, and then all of a sudden your mortgage would be $4,000, that's doubling. You would have to take a look at your budget. I mean, if it would make sense for you to still jump on it, and since you have, say, a secondary income, or you have a short-term goal of maybe renting it out soon, turning it into an investment property, then I would say if it's something long range, then I would still say go for it. But at the same time, if it's not within your budget, I wouldn't. I would. If there's pros and cons for renting, I wouldn't even say
it's bad.
It's all pros. Buying a house,
no.
It's not. If it doesn't make sense for you, then that's why I always consult with financial planner or a loan officer. Most of the time, they will be able to tell you like what is a sound investment for you. It's just not a sale, or it's not your typical daily sale, like buying groceries. It's the largest investment that you can ever have in your lifetime.
Tama, no?
Yeah.
Grabe, no?
Case to case rin yung renting. If how I look at renting is you're not paying yourself, you're paying somebody else.
Right.
Whereas if you own the home and you pay, you're getting your premiums down, diba?
Is there such a thing as a rent-to-own houses here?
I've
Does
heard
that
of it.
exist?
Yeah, it does
A
exist.
rent-to-own?
Yeah, but I've never really done it. rent to own.
What about you? Do you know anything
Rent to
about
own
that?
is a contract actually
Yeah.
between your landlord and promising. I've heard a lot of
Yeah,
horror
it's
stories
kinda-
about that because
Horror stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that,
because
Okay.
in the end, if you were to do a rent to own, meaning you're giving your cash up front to your landlord because you wanted
Yeah.
to buy this house eventually, like in the future, when you give your cash to them, the contract usually states that you cannot get it back unless you
Right.
buy the house.
right.
And they can use this one towards your down payment. That's the only condition. But there are some caveats that this renter will not be able to understand.
Mga fine prints.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then in the end, if you think about it, what if they don't qualify later on? And then family circumstance, something happened. Instead of 2 household incomes, now there's only one, and they just lost a big amount of money for their down payment. So
I'm curious about the significance as well for families with children who are young adults and are on the brink of moving out and striking their own destiny. How does this affect them? This very expensive interest rates and renting. How does this affect them? I don't know. What's the implication for them? Should
Of the children moving out?
Should young people stay at home? Should young adults stay at home with their parents?
Me,
Because it's so expensive.
I normally encourage young people to buy a home while
To
they
buy a
have
home.
while they have jobs, stable jobs,
Uh-huh.
or sometimes they also become co-signers, right?
Pwede
yeah.
din.
yeah.
Okay.
We have a program, actually, it's called a Family Advantage Program,
Uh-huh.
wherein your parents can co-sign for you.
Uh-huh.
Or even parents can buy for their kids as a primary residence with minimum down. So it's basically not an investment property anymore, even though the parents have a primary residence already.
Okay.
They can qualify to help out their kids to purchase a home.
What's the youngest age that you can
18.
do that?
18, yeah.
Legal age.
Legal
Legal
age, yeah.
age.
I mean, if you've been working, for the past 2 years and, filing taxes for the past 2 years, then
So
then
you
can
also
qualify.
examine their financial
Yes,
history.
yes, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, in my opinion, which is really good because you're number one, you're making your kids, helping them become more independent, and they now have a financial plan in mind in the back of their head. You know what? I'm not gonna just blow all this money away for a nice car. Now I have to
Right,
think
right.
of,
Yeah.
I have to save up for a mortgage now. I'm
Yes.
just gonna be more responsible.
Oh,
So,
that's a good point.
And they have an investment already.
Tama,
Yeah.
tama. Okay, so let's take a short break because I have another question after this break. And then we will have some information about the upcoming songwriting competition. So please stay with us.
Ang bilis, 30 minutes na yun.
Just like a friend from back home. This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.
Hello, welcome back to On the Dot. This program is brought to you in cooperation with PHLV and the University of the Philippines Alumni Association of Nevada, UPAAN. And we would like to invite all songwriters, if you have any composition, original, unpublished compositions, send it over before October 15. We have a songwriting competition on November 16 entitled Himig, Husay Ipagmalaki, Musikay Ipagdiwang Gawang Pinoy. So you can send your compositions to me at miamcasino@gmail.com or through PHLV. And we are back with our guest, Mr. Francis Navarro.
Hello, hello.
So Francis,
All right.
what do you answer when they ask baba ang interest rate? How do you answer that?
It's not an easy question because
it's not. Wala tayong crystal ball.
that's number one, and number two, it's a hard predictor. The finance industry, which is, it's dictated by, the market, like the treasury bill, mortgage-backed securities. It's a lot more complicated than that. But we watch the rate trends every single day, and like I said, they've been up since November, and it's if it goes up, meaning it can only come down, or it can also go up higher. But I don't think it's gonna go up any higher. In my opinion, I don't want to quote anyone wrong and keep their hopes up high, because they also want the market to come back. They want more home sales. They want more people to get into homes. That drives the market as well. So you don't want to scare people away anymore. And next thing you know, they don't want to buy or get into homes. It's home ownership is a big business. It's a big chunk of business in the U.S. So I think anywhere in the globe. So you don't wanna bring it down, wherein people are just going to be renting, and then it's just going to be tougher and tougher and tougher. And that's the reason why people are getting pushed out, from California, Nevada, now to Arizona, South Carolina, cheaper priced homes in that area, and they carry their jobs with them. So it's easier nowadays, like I said, especially with home-based employment. So
For you to understand also that I had a scenario a year ago. So they were trying to buy a new home. So they started the process in January. So the interest rate then was about 3%. But then when the time the house was finished, kasi it's a new home, the interest became 5%.
Ay, wow.
Yeah, so the buyer said, I can't afford it anymore kasi 5%. So in a span of 1 year yun, ha?
Oh,
So,
okay.
yun ang effect ng interest rate.
Well, when we refinance, we locked in our
Interest.
payments, so we're not affected by the fluctuation of the interest. There's a question here. Paramp, what's that? You want to read that?
I know of some friends moving to Paramp. How's the market in that part of southern Nevada? This is Amy of Henderson.
Yeah. Hi, Amy. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your question. So how's that part?
It's growing.
It is growing.
Paramp is growing.
Paramp actually is about 40 minutes away.
Yeah.
And that's a different county, still in Nevada. Paramp, actually, the home
interest?
prices in Paramp, well, interest rates will be the
It's the
same,
same.
because
it's
it's
the
under
same.
Nevada, yeah. But the home prices in Paramp, I will
A little lower.
I will-
They are a little lower.
have me answer that. Yeah, because I mean, if you notice, Las Vegas is slightly higher in home prices than Paramp.
Oh, yeah. Kasi medyo na siya outskirt. Although there's vineyards there. There's really, it's
Same weather, higher elevation. Yeah, so Paramp is if Vegas is 2,000, I think Paramp is about 3,000
elevation.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah,
we
I
should
did a little
practice
bit of
there.
research there in
That's
Parap
so
because
good, yeah.
Francis is interested in Parang.
I'm interested in buying a lot there. I mean, the lot prices have dropped like significantly over the last few years. Before it was almost impossible to buy a lot under 50K. Now you can find acre
Yeah.
lots under
just
20K.
lots.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
land,
just lots, just
land
lots.
in
Yeah, land.
Parampe is really
Cheap,
very,
yeah.
very
Very good.
They have not grown. I mean, it's a small town, and they have not grown much over the last few years. Maybe
Yeah,
because of
yeah.
weather-wise, or maybe it's just a small town.
I'm
So,
thinking of all the other towns, mining towns,
Mm-hmm.
mga gold field, yung mga Hawthorne. Siguro mas mura, no?
cheaper, yeah.
Yeah, cheaper.
Outskirts, yeah.
It's always an location.
Kaya nga, but what will I do there, What will you do there? Hey, unless you have an alien living there. Paramp is very good because it's closer to Area 51 where
Oh,
people
yeah.
I know live and at work, I mean. So somebody from Area 51 gave me this yesterday.
Wow.
So, what shall we name him?
Ask
Him,
for
her,
Anna.
it. What is this
What, when, where,
person?
why?
What could be the name of this
Mag-iisip ako ng
person?
name niya.
Person, alien. So, mag-contest tayo. Sino kaya? Okay, here's another one. Here's another
daming tanong
question.
ni Francis,
Very
ah.
good, no? Oh, ikaw naman, Mia.
Rob from Temecula, California. Where can we get information about the market in Nevada? Is there a government website? There's a lot of websites, but if you send me your email, I can send you information about the housing market.
Okay, send your email to miamcasino at gmail.com. And if you have a song that you want to to submit, did you talk about that too? Yeah, the
I
song,
did, yeah.
Yeah,
The
so you can
songwriting
also submit
competition.
your song entry to that same email address, miamcasino at gmail.com. She can give you the link to government website, no?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you have other questions on the web? If not, ano yung question ko kanina? Are there people leaving? Is there a huge number of residents leaving Nevada because of this real estate issues? Wala ba? Marami?
Ako, what I noticed was some are going to Texas.
Is it cheaper there?
That's what they say. So a little bit cheaper, but
Yeah.
not a lot though.
Yeah.
Not a lot are
And
leaving for Texas.
neighboring Arizona.
Yeah.
But on average, it's, I think, I'm not sure if you have the info for the number of people moving to Las Vegas each
Moving
month,
to?
and then of
Not
course
been
Moving
in-
from,
yeah,
yeah.
moving
Influx.
to, and then you have it cancels out those people who are
Moving
leaving,
out.
right?
Okay.
Yeah, so
Madaming houses. There's so many houses being
Yeah.
built now.
yeah.
Anong effect nun?
They would
More-
have to
more
just
supply
buy
than
more
demand?
BLM land, I guess,
Oh,
because
you can.
yeah, it's now. If you can see the freeway before, when I moved to Vegas, the last exit was, I think, on the I-15 was like
Yeah.
Tropicana or Russell. I think Russell was just being built,
Yeah.
and then now it stretches out to, what's your exit? What's the last exit now on the I-15? Is it Star, Cactus, or
No, is it Star? I think it's Horizon, Southern Highlands, ganyan. Meron pa after di ba? Yung kung saan yung, ano yung car racing doon?
close to Sloan.
Yeah,
yeah.
Sloan, yeah.
Right.
So it's gone.
So
It's
I'm in there.
gone.
We're at exit 95 of 95. And so more and more houses
Yeah.
are being built there. Yeah, we are no longer the last house.
Have you noticed?
Yeah.
I think at the mouth of on the exit of Mount Charleston.
That's where I live.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
where it is?
Sky
Oh, wow.
Canyon is
I
very
cannot
near,
believe.
yeah.
Like, we went to Mount Charleston, two weekends ago,
That's where we
and
are.
it's
yeah.
crazy. They're building like crazy over there.
Exactly.
Sky Canyon,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
So-
Yesterday, the other day we walked.
Very
Walked
pretty.
across the bridge just to walk. Just wow, and the
Yeah.
expansion of
Yeah.
real estate there. So hold on. So it's 12 something something. We have a few something something left. Did you read your 10 commandments?
Oh, I was gonna do that. Yeah, real quick. So
Okay.
this is just basically to help the home buyers, new home buyers, to like a tidbit for them to or like a guide. I can send this to your website so they can also check this out. So 10 commandments when applying for a mortgage. I'm gonna go through 10 commandments, right? So thou shalt not change jobs, become self-employed, or quit your job. That's a no-no.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna get disqualified, in the process, right?
What
Because
if
they
you
would
got
do a check.
What if you got a higher paying job? Hindi din pwede.
It's okay.
It's okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So just
You
not.
you can upgrade but don't downgrade.
Yeah.
All right.
Because
go ahead.
sometimes if you go down, then it could mean
Oh yeah, for sure.
not being able to afford the mortgage,
Yes,
or you might
right.
you might be required to pay off some debt, something
Yeah.
like that. So it's a little complicated. But okay, number 2, thou shalt not buy a car, truck, or van during the process unless you want to live in your car.
Is that so? Okay, all right.
So, because that's going to add up, that's going to add on to your debt.
Oh,
and if you
yes.
qualify up to whatever the maximum is, then
Yeah.
that's going to be really tough. So, okay.
Third commandment.
Third commandment, thou shalt not use credit cards excessively or let current accounts fall behind.
Oh yeah, for
Right?
sure.
That's also another thing that could add up to your debt ratio.
Yeah.
Okay, that's makes sense, right?
Yes, it does.
So, number 4, thou shalt not spend money you have set aside for closing. So if you had that budget of say $20,000 that you were required, and
Don't
then
touch
you just
Don't touch it.
Don't
go
touch
to the nearest casino and bet on black,
no.
to double it. You don't want to do that, okay? So number 5 is thou shalt not omit debts or liabilities from your loan application. So if there are any loans that are not showing on your credit report, you should also disclose that on the loan application,
full
because
disclosure.
otherwise
Mabubuking ka din.
yeah,
Oh,
kasi
okay.
kung meron kang mga loans from outside sources, and
Right.
it's not that mabubuking ka, but you're
Yes,
not
yes.
gonna be able to afford.
You can't hide from
Mabidefault
your
ka.
yeah.
Oo.
You can't run away from it.
Yeah. So, okay, are we on number 6 now? Yeah, number 6.
think so.
Thou shalt not buy furniture. You might not close on your home yet.
Prior to getting your keys.
Yeah, kasi we do a verification of
Yeah.
employment sa very beginning, and then towards
Sa
the end, we want to make sure. And it happened to me wherein wala na siya nagtrabaho doon
Oh.
sa company, or she or he moved jobs.
In the process.
all of a sudden, and she was not starting a different job like months later on. And she was expecting, it should be okay, right? Because I still have my job, but I'm on leave right now. No, you can't.
Okay.
You have to be employed. From the very beginning up to the end, you have to be employed. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Number
Okay.
7, thou shalt not originate any increase into your credit. Okay, so
What does it
Huwag ka
mean?
na mangutang.
it means, it means in the process, you could be like, oh, I want to buy this car, or I want to, get this loan.
Okay.
You're not supposed to do that, because otherwise the bank will also check towards the very end what increase you might have, done, and they would question, this borrower is probably buying another house at the same time simultaneously, which happened in the past, right? In back when we had this mortgage
Multiple.
crisis, multiple. So you cannot do that. That's fraudulent, actually. So
Ay, ganon.
yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Number
I
8.
don't know.
Moving on to the next one. Number 8 is thou shalt not make large or cash deposits without checking with your loan officer.
How large is large?
So anything out of the ordinary, meaning
Okay.
like if you have an income, your regular income coming in, and there's something that came in, usually, like especially here in this town, we're in a gambling town wherein,
Nada sa
you have
casino.
cash. We cannot use cash deposits. cash is non-traceable, so it's not a verifiable source. So cash could come from anywhere, and that goes towards the anti-money laundering law that we have to abide by.
Hindi pala
Says we-
pwede yung mga, where did this come from?
Mga tinago sa ilalim ng bed.
Ay, hindi pala pwede. Ay, gamitin mo na lang pang grocery.
Yeah, no.
Pwede. Okay.
Because a lot of people have that, and you come across that daily. Like, no, we have cash. We're not confident with the system, the banking system. And so what I would say, if you have that, then don't use the money that you have in your account right now. Use the cash and spend the cash towards paying bills.
Yes.
Towards groceries or gas.
Right.
Don't use your money you have in your bank.
Okay.
And typically, you need to have seasoning in your bank. Like if you put in some cash in your bank today,
it has to stay there.
It has to stay there for
Or
at least
been
2 to
there.
3 months
Yeah.
for
sige.
us to be able to use that as a down payment. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And the final
Moving on.
commandment? Is that final na ba?
What is it? Cards deposits. Oh, okay. Number 9 and
Number 9.
number 9 is easy. It's thou shall not change bank accounts. Because once we verify that bank account, then it becomes if there was cash in there that had seasoned, then if you change into a different bank account, then you're back to square one.
Oh.
So you have to season that money. Okay. Number 10 is. Thou shall not co-sign a loan for anyone, even if it's your family member, or because that will add up to your debt, and that could be the cost for you not to be able to afford anymore.
That's right.
So you just screwed the whole thing. Last minute, family member asked you or a friend asked you, "Hey, can you please co-sign for me? I really want to buy this car." Say no.
Okay. Yeah. So maybe, Francis, in the future, you could come up with the 10 commandments na thou shalt. Hindi yung thou shalt not. Yung thou shalt. Things
Thou
you
shall,
should.
yeah.
Thou shall do this. Hey,
Thou
hello
shall,
to
yeah,
Tita
that's true.
Lilia. She's
Hi,
listening.
Tita
Lilia
Lilia.
Malocoton Castaneda. She's watching. So, thank you so much, Francis, for the beautiful commandments that you gave us and all the other nitty-gritty things.
Welcome.
And Mia as well. So the question now, which I will relate to the card that you pulled earlier. There's a card right in front of you. You want to look at that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So how does that show up in your life? Peace.
Do you want me to read it?
Yes, please.
Peace, I am a being of love, and I release all negative energy. Oh wow, I like that.
I like it too.
Yeah.
Diba?
Peace like isda or
Peace be with you.
Isda.
Peace kasi
Peace be
Pilipino
with
ako
you.
eh. Peace,
peace.
maraming peace, 'di ba?
Isda, oo.
About peace.
Fish, merong
About peace
merong
na lang.
mukha na peace. Merong ano pa ba yung mga peace?
Yeah.
That was a funny joke actually. I
Ipis.
came across peace.
Ipis?
Peace.
Okay, peace.
Ano to? Ito joke.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace, di ba?
Okay.
Ito, ano to?
Ipis.
Alam ko yan.
Ano?
Manipis.
About peace.
Yeah.
About peace. Like ganito. Yan.
Ano yan?
Huwag na lang nakalimutan.
Wave.
Sige na,
Ay,
please.
wait. To answer your question muna, baka mawala tong page. Yung how many influx of residents
Oh, yeah,
daily.
that's right.
With the growth of the new sectors coming into Las Vegas Valley, we continue to see at least 150 new residents daily here in Clark
Is that
County.
the average? Oh, daily. Oh,
Yeah.
Did you say
wow,
150?
115.
115.
Yes,
Wow.
from
115?
115 new residents.
Okay. So on average, what?
Daily yan.
Daily.
Daily. Times.
Okay.
Huwag niyo ako tignan sa
So
math.
times
Bahala
30,
kayo
that's about
dyan.
3,000. Di ba? Mga 3,000 or more still. Like,
A month,
coming
yeah.
in, yeah. It used to be even higher than that before. 5,000 on average.
Well, where do they
Kasi
stay?
it's hard to get a loan now.
Ganon. Okay. Can you buy a house for cash?
Of course.
Of
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that gives me so much hope.
Or you have cash, dapat pautang naman.
Hindi, bahay kubo. Bahay kubo. So peace, I was thinking of, I had this grand idea noon, Mia, when we were doing energy clearing sa Iloilo. my friend and I, we did that. Entering a new house or staying in a new
Yes.
home, we clear the energy. So there are rituals involved, and that sounds like woo woo, but really in real life practice, you can really sense the energy in a home, can you not?
Yeah.
Can you feel the bad vibes, good vibes?
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced that?
Yeah.
So,
Feng Shui or feng shui, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
I think it's very popular in the Philippines. Yeah, and even my mom believes it, like not having a tree in front of the door, and
ganon. Oo.
so let the energy flow through inside the house. You cannot
Chi.
have a you
Yeah.
can actually put stuff like mirrors and stuff like that, but
So so for me, it seems that the message of this card, the peace, I release all negative energy. I think it covers everything in what we're doing. Living in our own homes, taking care of our money, finances, relationships within the home. This is a powerful declaration that I am a being of love, and so if you're loved, then you take care of. You're a good steward of your money, of your car, your utang,
Yeah.
diba? Ang utang dapat bayaran. Ganon, diba? And then
Yeah.
you have peace of mind.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
sleep well at night.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
think,
that's my
that's-
take on that. Yeah.
that
How about
sums
you,
up
Mia?
my whole being. That's actually really really good.
Beautiful.
Yeah, like I always want to. I think everybody wants to have peace in their lives.
Yeah.
You know, at one point, like who would want chaos in their life?
All right,
you know?
yeah.
Like, we're all peaceful beings created us.
So how do you keep
You know,
yourself
peace.
peaceful, friends?
I do yoga every day. No, I'm just kidding.
I'd like to believe that. Why not?
Sure.
I used to actually. I used to
Okay.
when I was attending a gym nearby, and they had yoga classes, and so it was really, really
Very peaceful
Yeah,
for you, yeah.
It was like refreshing mind, body, and soul. It's like quenching your thirst of when
I
you're
love
drinking a cold glass of water.
I
you know,
love
when
that.
you're thirsty.
Okay.
That's that. Yeah, I miss it, but there are other stuff that that can keep you peaceful.
Yeah.
Prayer, religion,
Prayer.
yeah,
Oo.
and music.
Music.
I always go to my daily music and soundtracks.
Oh, good.
I call my
Good,
life a
good.
soundtrack.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
So,
because
sige.
everybody's a soundtrack. It's
still have
whatever
to find
song
mine.
best describes you.
Soundtrack.
That's your go-to song.
Oh, sige. Sa akin is kung ganon,
Anong-
mine would be
ano?
Fantasy by Earth, Wind and Fire.
Oh,
Fantasy ka talaga.
Fantastic life ko. Mia, how do you keep your peace? Sabi ko nga earlier, you're just blooming and blooming each time I
Blooming
see you.
kang puput.
wow.
So how do you keep your peace and your glow, Mia?
Ako, meron ako na
Taking a
nabasa.
shower daw.
Galing yun. Kabaho pa ako. Hindi. Me and I release all negativities nga talaga. Kasi if you're down, 'di ba? Yung energy mo is down too. 'Di ba? So I try to let go. Ang tinuro na sa akin ng mom ko, if you forgive daw, you release all the negative energy.
Wow.
Maganda
Yeah.
yun.
That's so true.
Paano yung mga debt forgiveness? Pwede din yun, no?
Maganda yun. Maganda yun. Maganda yun, actually.
Yeah.
Forget.
That will give you a lot of peace.
Peaceful. Makakatulog ka nun.
Oh, di ba? Walang utang. Jeez.
Yeah.
All right, so what's our quote for today?
Are we on the quote?
Nasa quote na tayo. Nasa
Yes.
quota na tayo.
Our quote
Quota na.
is from, kapangalan ko to. Is from Benjamin Franklin.
Okay.
If you would know the value of money, go and try to borrow one.
If you would know the value of money,
Go and try to borrow one.
go and try to borrow one. Sige.
Some pala. Some.
Some.
Kasi it's
Walang
hard.
interest yan.
Ayun na nga.
Anong ibig
That's the
sabihin
point.
yan?
That's the point nga. It's hard. It's hard to borrow, diba? So you know the value of
okay.
money.
Was that in relation to our topic, or I thought it was just like a
Ano ba?
random. I'm like, wow, timing.
No,
Perfect
it's always ano.
Si Benjamin yan eh. Oh,
Kapangalan ko yan.
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that was Ilonggo.
Oo,
So
Ilonggo.
nakapahambal ka gid ng Ilonggo.
Oh, oo.
I met a
Kabalugid.
fellow Ilonggo last night at the event.
Ilonggo.
I was like, oh, you don't meet a lot of Ilonggos here. I don't know if there's a group in town. So
There is a group. It's headed by Sol Yasos Philip. Not headed, but I think he's a member of that. Pero
I see.
ang kilala ko lang si Julian Tremoro.
Si
She's from
Ana,
Ilonggo.
yeah.
Si Ana. So, yeah.
And
so,
our past guest, si Day Kilay.
si Ray Kilay.
Ilonggo siya?
Ilonggo
Oo,
siya.
si Ray Kilay. Ti ano na ngalan sa akon nga abyan nga ini? Wala siya ngalan. We will
sige.
wait for the name
Peace.
until next
Hindi, ano tayo? Ikaw, anong
si
gusto
Peace.
mapangalan kay ano?
Si Peace. Ipis.
Mukha
we will
nito.
we will wait.
Peace.
I don't
Yeah.
mind.
Si Peace.
We'll wait for the right name to come.
Sige.
Para din yan, when you look for a house, you wait until the right house comes along, and then you find the loan officer that's perfect for you. So let's wait for that. Let's wait for you. So Franz, thank you so much. Where can people reach you?
thank you for having me. Yeah.
How do they reach you?
Facebook. I have my Facebook page under Francis M. Navarro.
M ko din pala. Francis, magalaw na ba?
Hindi, Marco.
Okay. Francis M. N. Navarro.
Yeah, and then I don't know if I can put details or where.
Yeah,
Will they be able to? Okay.
When you go to the replay,
Link, yeah.
then
Okay.
go to the chat and put in your
Gotcha.
details. So
Okay.
people will
it's
find you
I'm
there.
on Facebook, social media, Instagram.
Oh, you're everywhere.
Yeah, I'm everywhere.
All right, you're easy to find.
Yes, yes.
So, what's your closing remarks? We go home now. What's your closing remarks?
Closing remarks. Yeah, I actually have one, which is a popular one that I picked up from high school, and it's as easy as if you fail to prepare, you're preparing
To fail.
Tama.
There.
If you
It's-
fail to prepare, you're preparing to fail.
Yeah.
O yun. O sige. We have to keep that in mind kasi we don't want to fail. Okay?
So
Yeah.
we have
We
to
prepare for success.
Yes.
If you
Tama.
prepare for success, you prepare for success.
You won't fail.
You won't fail. Yeah.
Sige. So
Tama.
maraming salamat po. Madamo gid nga salamat sa inyo nga paglantaw.
Halong.
Halong kamo. Take care. Mia, thank you.
Thank you
Francis,
so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, friends.
I really appreciate
See you
it. It's been a while.
next month. Okay. Next month is March. Bye.
Wow.
Bye. Thank you.
Just like a friend from back home. This is your Filipino radio experience in Las Vegas. PHLV Radio.